Guys, deluded Guna YouTubes and Golo Kante. I was not planning on making a vid. As you can see by the background, it's not the traditional green with the Arsenal crap. You guys know I can take trolls. I mean, in my life I can take trolls. I mean, if people can say gigs and all of them skengman are not about it or not on anything, then what kind of humble guy like me can troll? There's all these mad trolls saying mad things, calling me a pussy, saying half of these things. I mean, it's like there's certain irony in someone calling me a pussy where you can see my face. If you got something, put your work in, do your thing when you see me. But there's certain irony in you seeing my face, you hiding behind the screen and calling me a pussy. Normally, at a point in time, I would have got angry over that if you are holding me at 16. But now in my 20-odd years, how can I get upset by that? It don't make no sense. Now, I was asked to give my opinion in regards to Hector Bellerin, and I do believe what I said is right. Like, I believe this whole debate of what Bellerin said has displayed several primal instincts in a lot of people. People think I'm speaking about anyone in particular. People say, why didn't you mention DT? Why didn't you mention Guna Bang? And any of these guys. Who are the bruv? The man know them personally to thingy them. Someone asked me to give my opinion on this. Someone via Snapchat, yeah? Every fan, whether the ones that I speak on the base level, which I was speaking about in the pub with my guys, them, people on Twitter, everybody's speaking about it. Man are telling me I'm speaking about individuals. Like, does football, or more specifically Arsenal, revolve around Gundogan, DT, and all of these guys? People saying you're not name dropping, you're not doing any of these things. Bro, I have nothing against anyone. Why am I name dropping if I have nothing against you? Like, I name drop, you call me a hater. I don't say anything, I'm salty. I do believe people on Arsenal Fan TV, a small section, play up to the cameras. General basis. Claude clearly plays up to the cameras from time to time. Twy, whatever, plays up to the cameras. DT plays up to the cameras. Gunner Bang at times plays up to the cameras. More specifically in regards to this Bellerin thing, I believe Bellerin's moving like a pussy. I believe our fans are moving like a pussy. I believe DT, Gunner Bang, everybody's moving like a pussy. Everyone's being a pussy. Straight up, everyone's being a yeti. Everyone is being a yeti. Could you imagine how our fans on one hand would have reacted if Higuain and Icardi they've drew out two of them biggest Italian fan bases. Juventus are on this skengman thing. I have an Italian friend. He told me about Napoli and Juventus fans. He's criticised their support, especially after they lost to Spurs. Icardi on several occasions has criticised Inter Milan and the ultras. He's actually drawn out the ultras and asked for fights. Can you imagine Arsenal fans getting butthurt on Bellerin giving his opinion on a small section of people that play up to the camera? He didn't even say anything wrong about the platform per se, and we all know he was speaking about people that play up to the camera. Now, if I'm wrong and he was speaking about the platform Arsenal Fan TV, he is wrong. Arsenal Fan TV on a base level, just talking about the platform, it gives fans a voice. It's a great thing for that. Robbie's cool. Shout out to Robbie. But what I have a problem with, I believe everyone can say what they want. Fans, players, they should be able to say what they want. Fans, we are a bit over the top. At times, we shouldn't do it. Players, have respect for the fans because of what we do. But by the same logic, you can't be giving out your opinion and be upset if someone gives out theirs. I'm giving mine. If you guys tell me I'm chatting crap, how can I be upset about that? Because I'm giving my opinion. I've put my body of work or whatever. On top of that, I'm one of Bellerin's biggest fans, but I'm also one of his biggest critics. You regularly hear me say he needs to do this, he needs to do that, he needs to pattern up his end product in the final third, he needs to improve his positional play. Iwobi as well, to illustrate the point. All of these things. And all of them are true. All of them are true. And not away from Bellerin, I question commitment of these players and all of these things on a regular occurrence, which I'm valid to. Because when you see these toothless performances consistently, all of that's valid. But by the same logic, and when you look away from it out of your bias from another viewpoint, we only see it on the base level with fans. If you're in the know and you see Arsenal training and you know if they're Kalam, fair play. But majority of fans, we only see it on the base level, right, guys, yeah? We only see it on the base level. Let's just say, for argument's sake, Hector Bellerin and Iwobi's putting in mad hours to improve, which I don't think he is. He's putting in mad hours to improve his finishing. Bellerin, he's watching tapes, how to position himself positionally. He's trying to improve his end product, but for some reason, it's just not improving. Because I know you've all tried to learn the skill, you've all mashed in hours of YouTube, and it just don't happen straight away. Imagine he's doing all of these things, and it's still the same Sunday, we're putting in them same crap performances, and he's not necessarily at the best of games. And I'm on here saying he hasn't improved, he hasn't got no competition, he hasn't got this, that, and the third. If I saw that a man was putting in all this effort and all these things, and that's the result that's happening, and I knew about that, I might have a different opinion. I might say, okay, he's trying, it's not good enough, but you're trying. So by that same logic, I agree with what I say, and I agree with, actually, ironically, what they say at times. But that is it. People call me, some idiot said I'm upset that my channel isn't as big as people's. Listen, I applaud people. We all have the same 24 hours. I don't care about all of that. Do I get a penny? Does anyone pay me a penny from this? Can I survive in my life from getting a penny off YouTube? I'll do it because man love football, man love talking with people. Do you not think I could shout and rant and say mad things about mad footballers and get more publicity? Do you not think I could do that? Do you not think I could honestly go on Arsenal Fan TV and act like an idiot years ago? Or any big channel? I've been on Bull Street. Not to gas them up, but I've been on Bull Street. Do you not think I could act like a clown on these things? Do you know how many things I reject as well? Do you know how many things I've rejected? Do you know how many things I can't even tell? How many platforms and how many people have got into contact with me? Do you know how, like, I'm a humble guy. Like, when people are telling me, like, you're salty, you're this, name drop, you're a pussy. Blood, a man's calling me a pussy, wants me to name drop about someone I don't know who he wants me to name drop. In my Bellerin vid, someone said I'm talking about Didi, someone said I'm talking about Colin Beck, someone said I'm talking about all these people. How can I speak about several people? I'm giving my opinion on how all I'm seeing fans perceive it. If the shoe fits, wear it. Like, I believe everybody's acting, all Arsenal fans specifically in regards to start acting like bitches. Whether they agree with Bellerin, whether they're not, it's just bitching. And if you want me to say it again, DT's being a bitch, Going to Banks being a bitch. All of these fans are Bellerin's being a bitch. Everybody's being a bitch. People are bitching on both sides. And it's obviously because we're not getting results. And again, it feeds in why I think it's bitching. Because it feeds into the beast of Arsenal being spoilt twats. Arsenal fans being idiots. And again, subconsciously, we fed into the nonsense that is Arsenal for other fans to enjoy. Do you not think they went and saw all of these things where ranting and all of these things and enjoyed? They enjoyed. And I don't condone personal attacks because man are getting personally attacked. Man are getting personally attacked and people are criticising looks. And DT has said that and DT didn't get at Bellerin's looks. And other people have got at looks. I've seen it. I've seen Twitter accounts, them bait Twitter accounts. People have said, someone's got at their looks and they've said there's something wrong. But man are disagreeing with Bellerin or don't agree with what he points says. And they're criticising his physical beauty. And they're calling him a failure and things. Now, if you do believe he's a failure, ultimately you believe he's a failure. I've seen that thrown around specifically on Twitter a lot. Bellerin's a failure, he's a failure. Okay, let's look at it as unbiased as possible. You might call him a failure because he hasn't hit the success at Arsenal that he's been projected to be. But he's a professional footballer alone. You look at the statistics in England, let alone the world. Being a professional footballer, he's part of a 1% or less than that have made it already. He's a 2-time FA Cup winner. It's not Champions League, but some players that we hold in high regards and rate as footballers haven't won that. There's some footballers we rate that haven't won any trophies. They haven't won that. He's played for Spain. He's playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, regardless of how good he is or whatnot. And even if you think he's a crap player, doesn't that signify his success more if he's bang average and done this? Like, for the record, Bellerin could have picked his words better. I personally believe I see the message he tried to bring out. I don't think it was a blanket statement. What I am upset with him for is simply he could have worded that better. Because at first, I was kind of feel some sort of way. And then I read it. And then I thought, all right, cool. I will say, whether you agree with or disagree, many people can see what Bellerin exactly said. This proved who can't actually read, who can't actually critically analyze things. And more worrying is the fact that it's not teenagers, like, it's a group of men doing this. Like, if you go on Twitter, all you got to do is, I was retweeting it all night, all you got to do is see it. Like, it's not, let's just focus on the football. I know it's hard to even focus on the football when you're Arsenal and there's so much nonsense, but it's just, man need to man up from all sides, from the players, from the fans. Man need to man up. If you're going to give your opinion, you need to be able to take it back. Players are allowed their opinions. I don't believe players should be able to come out. I'm saying players after every match, after every damn thing they don't like should be talking nonsense. That's not what I'm saying. But from time to time, if they want to share their opinion, when asked, and it's not even a dig, it's cool. Shout out to Robbie because Robbie made some good points in his thing. And I don't think he was getting at Robbie. He was clearly just getting at man that they go viral and that. And if you want to deep it, let's be honest, there are men on Arsenal Fan TV that just shout and rant and have ulterior motives. There's man on United Stan who do that. There's man on Chelsea Fan TV and them things. This is a global phenomenon. There's man that want their 5 minutes of fame that will say mad stuff and get hotted up. And like on top of the comment, like I'll take being a pussy, guy. You internet bangers, you're some real skeng man OGs, but you lot might as well just run up on Trump and do them things, man. You lot are mad when you lot see me put your work in. But I will say what the hell I like, when the hell I like, how the hell I like. And if you don't like it, pardon my language, go suck your mother. Like, I'm tired of being nice. Like, these sort of things, man can take these comments, guy. Nobody's ain't doing me nothing. Nobody ain't harming a one one DG. I was about to say my actual name. No one's arming a one, but like there's like fam, bare death. Man have actually issued me death threats on this comment on this thing as well. Like they're like, oh, I know where you live. I know where you this. I know you're always in North London. Blah blah blah. Blah. Do your work. Fam, man was at the even someone even in my comment said, I don't go to Arsenal matches. One. Even if I didn't go to any Arsenal matches and still made these vids, that does not make me less of a fan if I'm committing to this thing. Nobody can tell me that. Two, so where was I? For example, the last Premier League game against Spurs, where was I? Where was I? Not that it makes me any less or any more of a fan, which I hate people saying they spend their money and these things to, as a carrot to beat, as a stick to beat someone else with, as being a better fan and point score. But where was I? Where was I against Spurs? I was there. Right, I was there. You saw the Snapchat, those of you. I was there. I was in the Spurs section, which shows even more heart. Man, well, I woke up and spent my money and went up there and gone there. This is why I'm saying these things. And then on top of spending money, nobody tells us to spend our money, you know. Nobody told us. I woke up. My boy shouted at me, Spurs tickets, Arsenal versus thingy. Do you want to go? I gone. I went there, I saw a toothless performance. I rushed to get there, I showered and all of these things and prepared and spent money and these things to go get there. And I saw an abysmal performance. But no one told me to spend that money. Yes, I can be vexed and mention that I spend my money and these players ain't showing their commitment. Because that's true. But nobody told me to spend my money. Nobody told me to spend my money. Just because you spend your money does not mean you're given guarantees or does not mean you're owed anything. Are you owed commitment? Are you owed all of these things? I believe so, yes. But you're not owed results. You're not owed. There's no guarantees, like, just because you spend your money on something. And I know it hurts and it comes from a place of frustration because we work hard for our money, most of us. We work hard. Half you lot doing jobs you don't like, in places you don't like, 9 to 5, grinding. And when you see performances like that, you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad. You're valid in being mad. But come on now. Like, when I see man call me salty, me, a whole YC, salty, a whole DG, salty, me, salty. The same guy that's praising, man, I don't even know. They say, how can I be salty? I've even watched Lee Guna Bang, wherever he goes by his name. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful to my man. But I've watched his vids. He's actually commented on my vids. I've watched his vids. He's calm. I got nothing against, man. Like, I don't know where man get this salty thing about Arsenal. How could I be salty, blood? I'm doing something completely different. I don't even just talk about it. I talk about the hell I want. Like, I'm not even watching, man. Like, I don't get paid a penny of this. If man needed to get paid a penny of this, that's a different thing. But if someone could show me a wage bill of YouTube or anything else where I've got paid, man would be like, all right, cool, you got a point. I don't need this. I don't need this. I like doing this. Of course I want it to grow. So if you want to mock me and say, oh, you're just salty because you've only got this subscribers and you bring out all of these vids, that's cool. Man will take that. But man's still going to be here. Like, and I know that's what burns most. Like, like half of the man that are commenting, this are neeks. Like, they're neeks. They're neeks. Like, they're the same man that will go on these UK drill artists on YouTube and say, how comes you ain't shot him if you violated him? These quay youths, these weird youths, like these brother, I can't bother you guys mothers raise some twats. Like, imagine your mum giving birth, going through painful labor, growing you raising you for 18 plus years or however many years, carrying you for 9 months, and you're coming to do YouTube gangster in the comments. Slap your mum because you're a dickhead. Your mum gave birth to a dickhead. Like, you're well lad. Like, surely, like, once again, slap your mum. But yeah, man, one love to the fans, one love to everybody, man, one love. Can't believe I was told I was sour. If anyone's got a problem, like, hit me up on Twitter. We can arrange something. Like, if anyone's got a problem, come do me something. Like, I'm not even, I don't want to, you know, the ones there, you don't want to talk about them Twitter things there. But way before man was doing YouTube, man was someone else, you know. Not like, let me not talk too much. Man was someone else in it. There's more to me than football in it. And even when I wasn't making YouTube videos, so those of you who know me in my personal life, you know I love football and I talk about football a lot. But I ain't, you know, like, anything else, man. All of you gangsters, when you see me put your work in, I'm shook of you, man. Like, I'm shook. I don't, you know what? I don't want it. I'm not on it. I'm sorry, Chi. I don't want it. Some bitch ass tricks, man. One love to the fans, like I said. Guys, deluded.